Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. We are going to go ahead and open up straight with the Viper, Randy Orton, the current WWE Champion. He's going to set a stipulation. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Well, many of you guys think that I'm going to make this street fights, Hell in the Cell. No. The stipulation is very simple. Cody, if you lose, you never get to challenge me for this title as long as I am champion. Except, and you'll get the match at Backlash. And Randy Orton has made the stipulation clear. It's not no fancy match in the sense that, it's a casket match, ambulance match. No. It's just simple. If Cody loses here tonight, if Cody loses at Backlash, as long as Randy Orton is champion, Cody cannot challenge for the title. So as long as Cody goes ahead and accepts that stipulation, that one condition for the matchup, we have a confirmed match for Backlash. As long as Cody accepts, we will be seeing a rematch of WrestleMania. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. At WrestleMania, Cody came in as champion, Randy left as champion. If Cody accepts, this time it'll be Randy coming in as champion. And will Cody be able to leave as a 3-time WWE Champion? Well, first and foremost, he has to go ahead and accept that stipulation. So we'll see what he ends up saying. Probably going to have to wait till next week to hear what he has to say about that. It is a big risk, but I'm sure Cody is willing to take it if he wants to get back straight into being champion. I guess we'll have to wait and see how all of that unravels for now. We move on to some men's singles action. We are going to go ahead and see some debuts up first already. Inside of the ring, Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Here tonight, he makes his debut on the main roster. A part of the family got brought up alongside Tony D'Angelo, but of course, with the singles matches, it's kind of just, people coming out alone, as it's just kind of like an introduction match, right? Nothing too serious, just a way to be like, yo, welcome to the main roster. And here is someone else that's making their debut, Josh Briggs. A big opportunity for him as well to go ahead and, showcase his abilities, his talents, his skills to the main roster, as well as get a victory over Channing Stacks Lorenzo, former Heritage champion. Yeah, so a big opportunity for both gentlemen. I had a bit of a brain fart right there, but a big opportunity for both gentlemen here tonight making their debuts here on the main roster. Later tonight, we will be seeing some more debuts as well, as we're going to go ahead and continue the Carmelo Hayes Open Challenge. Of course, he started up, and in the first week of starting it up, he already started off with a freaking bang. It was a phenomenal matchup against Damian Priest, a former world champion. So, already proving that these open challenges are going to be not only wars, but instant classics. And here tonight, those open challenges continue. Who will go ahead and accept that open challenge? Not only with these open challenges, it is Carmelo Hayes being able to showcase all of this that I was just previously saying, which is that these matches are going to be wars, are going to be instant classics. He's also raising the stock of the United States Championship. It's already a very prestigious title, but by holding these open challenges and literally going to war for the championship, Carmelo Hayes is rising the stock that much more. Simply by just literally going blood, sweat, and tears for this title. Something that superstars are normally only committed to doing for the world title. But since Carmelo Hayes is doing it for the United States Championship, it adds this level of stock, this level of value to the United States Championship, which is a wonderful thing that, it can't be done with every title, but the fact that it can be done with the United States Championship is something you got to take advantage of, and Carmelo Hayes is doing exactly that. So very excited to go ahead and see who will go ahead and accept that open challenge. I believe that's going to come in our main events later tonight. As for now, we focus on this match. Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Josh Briggs is Channing Stacks looking for the pinfall. A kick out at 1 by Josh Briggs. Of course, over on Monday Night Raw, we had an incredible main event between Brock Lesnar and LA Knight. It is confirmed that we will be hearing from Brock Lesnar hopefully within the next week or so. He didn't give us an exact date, so now I guess 2 confirmed. But nevertheless, we will be hearing from him at some point as he basically calls out CM Punk. Josh Briggs almost getting the victory right here. However, Channing Stacks Lorenzo able to go ahead and kick out. He may be in a very difficult position as Josh Briggs gonna look to continue to attack onto Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Both outside of the ring. What is Josh Briggs gonna look to do? Looking to pick up Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Channing Stacks Lorenzo is able to counter, preventing himself from taking any big damage. Instead, gonna go ahead and pick up Josh Briggs. What is he gonna look to do here? Picking him up fully. Standing on his feet, trying to pick up Josh Briggs. Oh, but Josh Briggs counters, slamming Channing Stacks Lorenzo down onto the concrete floor. As the referee's count gets to 4, Channing Stacks Lorenzo able to go ahead and counter, now sending Josh Briggs straight inside of the ring. Channing Stacks Lorenzo now onto the attack. What is he going to look to do? Maybe looking for the finish here. Josh Briggs may be in trouble. Josh Briggs is fighting out of it. Josh Briggs fighting away from the hold of Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Now looking for the choke slam. Oh, Channing Stacks with a counter of his own. This match continues. And what a pretty good opening matchup this has been. And what a good showcase for the new fans who may have not seen Channing Stacks or Josh Briggs. What a great introduction match to the main event scene this has been, as Channing Stacks Lorenzo may be looking for the final blow. There it is. Josh Briggs may be out. 1, 2, 3. Channing Stacks Lorenzo. First match in the main roster. And the very first, hopefully, of many victories for Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Both men, did so much damage to one another. Both men threw everything they had at one another. But at the end of the day, it was Channing Stacks Lorenzo who was able to get that slight advantage. Able to secure right here the big stomp. Almost, I believe it was a modified stomp with his knee. Nevertheless, was able to connect. Able to pin Josh Briggs and then hit the 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown. Both to Josh Briggs and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. But right now, the man who's going to be celebrating is Stacks himself. Congratulations to him. And now with that, we must go on to our next match of the night. We now have some women's singles action and some more debuts. We have a former North American champion, former women's speed champion, former NXT champion, Sol Ruca completely dominated NXT, and she is now here on the main roster, looking to continue that success, looking to continue to dominate. Sol Ruca is here, and she is wearing the blue brand all across. She is officially a part of the SmackDown roster, so welcome Sol Ruca here tonight. We see her for the very first time in some nice action. Now, of course, she could make the claim at a world championship instantly. If you guys didn't watch Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final matchup, we had AJ Lee, at that time, the current women's world champion, facing off against Zol Ruka. And guess who won the match? Zol Ruka getting a huge victory against AJ Lee. So Zol Ruka, I would not complain if she jumps the line and instantly gets a world championship opportunity. But first, she got to focus on this match as her opponent, representing Fatal Influence. Fallon Henley is here. We were talking about it previously. The fact that Fatal Influence had gotten split up. Of course, Jasmine Nix, JC Jane got the better side of it. They are still together over on Monday Night Raw. On the other hand, Fallon Henley is out here all alone here on SmackDown, but she shouldn't struggle too much. She is a phenomenal superstar, former NXT North American champion. I believe she is capable of getting things done here tonight. Not going to be an easy challenge against Zol Ruka, a woman who's beaten world champions, multiple-time Divas champions like AJ Lee. But it will still, she'll still be able to give Zol Ruka a good test and potentially shock the world and get a victory here tonight. We'll see how things go as we have some women's singles action. Two debuts, Zol Ruka, Fallon Henley, who will be able to come out on top and get the victory here tonight, as these women gonna start off hot nice and early with some back and forth action. Zol Ruka with some big hits right there. Fallon Henley returning the favor, who will go ahead and come out on top of this little back and forth action, as Fallon Henley for the second time is being stopped from attacking Zol Ruka. And now Zol Ruka with the big boot, dropping Fallon Henley nice and early. It is Zol Ruka who is on to the attack. Now what is Zol Ruka going to look to do here? Picking up and slamming down Fallon Henley face first. Now Zol Ruka not going to hesitate. Going to keep on moving. Going to use I thought she was going to use the ropes for a bit of a boost. Instead, using the ropes to fly. Big impact into the pinfall. 1, 2. And a kick out at 2 by Fallon Henley. Zol Ruka not yet finished, though. She quickly gets up and already stomping onto the legs of Fallon Henley. And again. And this time, Fallon Henley able to move out of the way. Fallon Henley now ducking the first move of Zol Ruka, quickly countering as well. However, maybe a little too fast for herself right there. Tries to get onto the attack, and I think almost unintentionally, Zol Ruka moves out of the way quickly. Fallon Henley with the pinfall. 2, and a kick out at 2 by Zol Ruka. As Fallon Henley now, an opportunity for her to be able to get onto the attack. She climbs the top rope. Zol Ruka was trying to knock her off. Fallon Henley moving out of the way very nicely. Looking for a crossbody. Zol Ruka, though, able to move out of the way. These two moving very quickly. Reminds me of the Ivy Nile and Jasmine Nix match. And maybe, because they have a member of Fatal Influence, they carry out those, sort of similar ways of wrestling. As Zol Ruka with a nice little suplex right there. Now looking to climb the middle ropes. Zol Ruka looking to fly right here as Fallon Henley slowly rising. A boot to the face. Zol Ruka is caught. Fallon Henley picks up Zol, slams her down straight onto the mats. And now Zol Ruka getting a second wind here. Fallon Henley may be in trouble as Zol Ruka Hurricane Rana sends Fallon Henley flying. Zol Ruka now finished, now off of the top ropes. Pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Fallon Henley staying in this match, but Zol Ruka is looking dangerous. A quick roll-up pin. Fallon Henley for the victory. Zol Ruka able to kick out. And then just as I was saying, Zol Ruka's looking dangerous. She already hadn't taken that much damage, but then she almost got like a second wind, giving her, just rejuvenating her. And now she is going 10 times harder onto Fallon Henley. Another suplex onto Fallon Henley, who rolls outside of the ring, needing to catch her breath very smartly, taking the time to do so. Zol Ruka does not want to let her catch her breath. Fallon Henley running. We're playing cat and mouse in here. Both women now back inside of the ring. A crossbody doesn't affect Zolruka at all. It's literally like when a fly hits a window. That's exactly what that looked like. And now Zolruka onto the attack once again, slamming down Fallon Henley. Zolruka climbs the middle ropes, and Fallon Henley may be in trouble once again as Zolruka is looking so dominant right here, right now. Missile drop kick onto Fallon Henley into the pinfall. One and only one as Fallon Henley quickly, kicking out of that. However, Zolruka, another big splash, using the ropes to her advantage. This woman can fly, and she is using all of that to her advantage. Fallon Henley still able to counter as Zolruka is dropped straight onto the ropes. Big boots, and now Fallon Henley with a pinfall of her own. Kick out before one from Zolruka. A bit of a shocked look right there from Fallon Henley. Zolruka quickly back onto the attack as Fallon Henley has to pick it up. I understand Zolruka is a very difficult opponent. We talked about what she's already accomplished, beating AJ Lee when she was a World Women's Champion, NXT Champion, and front flip clothesline off of the top ropes. I'm not sure what you even call that move. Zolruka has already achieved so much, and here tonight, she wants to keep that train going. She wants to have success here on SmackDown, and she very well may do that, beginning with this match as she looks for the Soul Snatcher and connects. Now gonna look for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Zolruka gets the victory over Fallon Henley. A very dominant showdown between the two women because it was all Zolruka. Sure, Fallon Henley had these little moments, but Zol was determined. She got second wins out of nowhere. She rejuvenated herself with literally seconds. That is something you see from world champions. Zolruka proving very early on that she has what it takes not only to be a world champion, but the greatest female women's wrestler. I just said female women's, whatever. She has the ability to become the greatest women's wrestler, maybe even the greatest wrestler of all time. It starts with one match, but if she keeps staying consistent, keeps moving the way she is, she will get there. Congratulations to Zolruka. Welcome both to SmackDown. Can't wait to see what great things are in store for Zolruka. As now up next we have Naomi, the number one contender to the Women's WWE Championship. Here tonight, she has something she wants to say. Let's go ahead and hear her out. Jade, I'm here to make a promise. I promise to you that I will beat you at Backlash. I promise to you that I will end this title reign before it even fully starts. And I will walk away from Backlash as your Women's WWE Champion. I've given you the warning. I'll see you at Backlash, Jade. And Naomi announcing that it has been confirmed. Jade Cargill, Naomi, the Women's WWE Championship on the line. That's confirmed for Backlash. We already have a couple other matches confirmed. I think actually only one. Elba Femi versus Rusev for the Intercontinental Championship. But I'm sure we'll go ahead and be able to guess a couple others. I'm sure Cody will accept Randy's stipulation and we can confirm that match. I'm sure Gunther will accept Goldberg's match, and we can have that match at Backlash. Maybe even Roxanne Perez versus Ivy Nile can be announced at Backlash. These are all rumored, but surely they can go ahead and happen. So as the weeks go on, as we move in closer to the first PLE of Season 2 Backlash, we'll be able to go ahead and find out which matches get confirmed for then. But for now, we move on into some tag team action. Up first, I believe two-time WWE Tag Team Champions Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins. The Street Profits are here in some tag team action. Now, of course, towards the beginning of Season 1 of my career, of my universe, the Street Profits were the WWE Tag Team Champions, eventually losing to Los Reyes after they won the number one contenders tournament. Afterwards, Los Reyes would lose it to Motor City Machine Guns. They would go to the Hardys, and then eventually back to the Motor City Machine Guns, who are your current champions as we speak today. And, here tonight isn't a number one contenders match. It would surely be a big, opportunity, I guess, to slap something onto your resume and kind of say, look, this is what I've done. These are the matches that I've won. Start building up a case for a championship opportunity within the near future. And here tonight, as the MFTs come out, it is a good opportunity for both them and the Street Profits to kind of make a case for some tag team titles. Maybe not instantly, but maybe after a couple wins or so, they can go ahead and secure something for themselves. As here tonight, the MFTs are coming out to, should be Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, who go ahead and, be the legal superstars in this tag team match. That's what I have written here in my notes, but with these guys, you never know, of course, accompanied by Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, and you may be questioning who that tall freak of nature is. Well, that is the newest member, not only to the SmackDown roster, but also to the MFTs, Tala Tonga, the brother of both Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, Tala Tonga. They should just call him Tall, because he is freaking tall. He is here and has officially joined the MFTs, strengthening them when they don't need to be strengthened. They're already freaking pretty damn powerful. They already have a lot of muscle. Well, then you add a freaking 7-foot giant to the mix, and that is bound to make things that much more interesting. But nevertheless, this match begins. It will be Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa who will be in the tag team bouts right here, right now, against the Street Profits. Already, I can't say that the Tonga Bros, they got that slight advantage. They're accompanied by JC Mateo, Solo Sikoa, and then the newest member of the MFTs, Tala Tonga. Right? They already got all these people in their corner who can go ahead and help them out, to help them cheat to victory. Already I can say that the advantage goes to them. Of course, the MFTs, back when it was like the Bloodline 2.0 and whatnot, they held some SmackDown Tag Team titles as well, the WWE Tag Team Championships for a bit. I think it was Tonga Loa and Jacob Fatu at the time who won them eventually. Jacob Fatu passed the title down to Tama Tonga, so it was the Tonga brothers who held it, if my memory serves me correct. And here tonight, they again could go ahead and build up a case that in the near future they could look for those titles. Street Profits, well, it may be a difficult task ahead of hand with everyone they have to worry about, because Solo Sikoa and the rest of his MFTs are the type to get involved in matchups. Well, they do have to worry about that. They are former WWE Tag Team Champions. They have that experience. They are one of the top teams here within the SmackDown division, so they're still definitely very capable of getting the victory here tonight. So we'll go ahead and see who comes out on top, whether it's the MFTs or the Street Profits, here in some tag team action still to come later tonight. Of course, in the main events, we will have Carmelo Hayes and his United States Open Challenge, who will be the one to accept that Open Challenge. And after this match, we will also be seeing a little bit more from the bloodline, from the top bloodline of WWE, the top, I feel like there's got to be a different name, but another Samoan, Azilla Fatu, part of that incredible bloodline, will be making his SmackDown debut and his main roster debut following this matchup. And watch out, man. I'm sure Solo Sikoa is creeping around the corner, already trying to bring him into the MFTs. Hopefully Jacob can help him out if any of that even, slightly occurs. Because, well, Solo Sikoa ain't no good, man. Let's be honest, he ain't no good. But anyhow, Montez Ford off of the top ropes with a nice little crossbody right there. It is Tonga Loa who is able to go ahead and counter Montez Ford. Now doing some big damage in the top left corner of the ring. Trying to put a boot to the neck and face of Montez Ford. He is countered. Tonga Loa quickly countering things as well. Leg drop. And the Tonga Bros are doing a very good job right now as the Street Profits seem a little behind. Sure, you've already seen a little bit of JC Mateo and Solo Sikoa get involved, removing the turnbuckle, the padding off of the turnbuckle and whatnot. But nevertheless, it does seem like the Street Profits are slightly behind the Tonga Bros. So good for the Tonga Bros to be able to get some advantage and some rhythm going. I gotta stop calling them that. They're just the MFTs. I just gotta call them the MFTs because they're gonna freaking kill me if not. As tag made to Angelo Dawkins, however, also tag made to Tama Tonga, and Tama Tonga sent flying by Angelo Dawkins. Tama Tonga's not happy with that. Try saying Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa 5 times as fast as you can. That's a freaking punishment. Forgets, 2 to 3 years in jail. Forget the death penalty. Try saying that 5 times fast as you can, man. That is a pain in the butt. It is going to be a pain in the butt for your commentator. As Tama Tonga looking for the pinfall. Kick out at 2 by Angelo Dawkins. As an elbow drop making big impact onto Angelo Dawkins, who is able to go ahead and counter right here. Now dropping Tama Tonga. Angelo Dawkins looking for the submission now. As Tama Tonga may be in trouble, maybe not. Quickly escaping that uppercut. Now dropping Angelo Dawkins. As Angelo Dawkins crawling his way, trying to make the tag to Montez Ford. Tama Tonga interrupting that now. Looking for the finish. As Tama Tonga with a huge stunner right there. And now may be able to go ahead and try to put this man away. On the outside of the ring, we see Tonga Loa attacking Montez Ford. Frog Splash. And now Tama Tonga gonna look to put this match away to go ahead and secure a victory. That's gotta be it. Pinfall. No, Montez Ford, look at him. Sliding in, saving the matchup. Tama Tonga attacks Montez Ford, and now Angelo Dawkins. That was enough time for him to go ahead and recover. Tama Tonga able to move out of the way of Angelo Dawkins' attack. This match continues. However, I do believe that the Street Profits are in trouble. Tag made to a more fresh Angelo Dawkins, who is still being attacked by Tonga Loa. I think Tonga Loa realized he was a legal superstar now, so decides to leave him alone. Tag made to Tonga Loa in the fight we just had on the outside of the ring will continue inside of the ring. As Tonga Loa awaits a slow rising Montez Ford. Tonga Loa gonna look for the finish. That's gotta be it. There is no way he kicks out of this. There is no way. Well, guess what? Tonga Loa doesn't care. He's gonna give him more, and that's gonna be it right there. No! Angelo Dawkins is there just in time. Ready to break the count. Tonga Loa frustrated. Attacks Angelo Dawkins sends him flying out. Tag made onto Tama Tonga. These two looking to combine. Looking to secure the victories for the MFTs, sending him flying. And now looking for a bunch of oh my days, I was about to say back shots, but back of the head punches sounds a little better. As now, Tama Tonga gonna look for the submission. Can he make Montez Ford tap? Squeezing tightly on that left arm. Montez Ford is struggling. Tama Tonga is squeezing. Montez Ford is still fighting though. He is still holding on just barely. Montez Ford, is he gonna tap? Is Tama Tonga gonna be able to win the match for the MFTs? Not yet, as Montez Ford has been able to escape. Big punches onto Tama Tonga, who is now very weak. Tama Tonga is still able to escape. I mean, it took so much damage. I mean, it's so much energy in squeezing, and still he continues now into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and there it is. The MFTs get the victory. The Street Profits don't even know what hit them, excuse me, I'm all over the place. You got Tama Tonga, JC Mateo, Solo Sikoa all looking to get involved, while the Tonga Bros were just so dominant inside of the ring. They smartly made attacks on the outside of the ring to the non-legal superstars, and at the end of the day, it took a little bit more than it should have, but they were able to do enough damage onto Montez Ford to pin him, get the 1, 2, 3, and just like that, the MFTs get the victory here tonight. Congratulations to the Tonga Bros, to Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, Tama Tonga. What a team Solo Sikoa has for himself now. Congratulations to them, as in this tag team bout, they went ahead and got the victory. And now up next, as I previously mentioned before, the debut of Zilla Fatu, another member of the Giants bloodline. He's not part of the bloodline like with Roman Reigns and the Usos in the sense of the groups and factions, but he's part of the Giant Dynasty, the Samoan Dynasty. There's the word I was looking for. He is part of that huge Samoan Dynasty of that great bloodline. Again, not the faction of the team. Zilla Fatu, former NXT North American champion, here tonight, making his debut. And I'm sure, I feel like Roman Reigns, all of the MFTs, Jacob Fatu, they all sure are going to have their eyes on this match. Whether it's because they want him to be part of a faction with them, they want to help him out, or simply because they're curious to see how a cousin or a family member is doing. There's got to be lots of eyes, not only on this match, but on this man overall, as he is officially part here of the main roster, here on the blue brand of SmackDown. And his opponent here tonight is Grayson Waller. Don't think we've seen him yet here on SmackDown. Of course, he lost an incredible matchup against Austin Theory, who's now a part of the Vision, where he, unfortunately had to leave Raw. Has joined SmackDown here tonight. I think it's also Grayson Waller's re-debut of SmackDown. And what an opportunity to lose against Zilla Fatu, because let's be honest, Zilla Fatu has too much at stake, man. You got the whole bloodline watching you, more likely than not. You gotta start off with a bang. If you start off with a loss, it's gonna be a very bad luck. I'm not saying you gotta start off perfect. I mean, over on NXT, he started with a loss. He did just fine. He still won the NXT North American Championship. But against someone like Grayson Waller, after all the losses that Grayson Waller has taken, he is not at the same level that he once was at. On paper, even though it's his debut, Zilla Fatu should get the victory. But here it is, the co-main event of the night. Zilla Fatu, Grayson Waller. As I previously mentioned, the debut of Zilla Fatu. How things gonna go as Zilla Fatu raises out his hand, trying to shake Grayson Waller's hand, a sign of respect. Zilla Fatu trying to come in here polite. Grayson Waller using that to his advantage, attacking Zilla Fatu when he has his guard down. And now this match begins. And if there wasn't already a giant fire inside of Zilla Fatu of wanting to win this match, this debut, now that Grayson Waller attacked him, that fire surely, freaking soaring more than before. As Zilla Fatu quickly looking for the pinfall right there, a kick out at 2, now looking for a headbutt, is able to go ahead and connect, and that's got to give Grayson Waller a huge headache. Looking for a second, and Zilla Fatu able to connect. As Fatu now going to look to climb the top ropes. Of course, as I've been mentioning, he's part of that great Samoan dynasty. There's so many other members who aren't in the WWE who are still doing great things. But within the WWE, that is where they've been the spotlight. And they've truly shined here within the WWE. I mean, just search up Anoa'i, oh my gosh, Anoa'i, is it Anoa'i, Anoa'i family? Man, whatever, search up Roman Reigns family bloodline, and you'll see exactly what those guys are made of, because they are freaking incredible. Now, let me chill out with the glaze. I'm lucky going a little too far. They're going to think I got the Samoan hypnosis or whatever. I got hypnotized by the Samoans like Triple H did. Excuse me, Triple H, please don't fire me. No, I'm just trying to show just what level Zilla Fatu is going to have to live up to, right? The standards for him are very high. A Samoan backdrop. Zilla Fatu may quickly put this match away. Grayson Waller has already stood no chance. Uh-oh. Who is here? The New Day? What are the New Day doing here? This is the wrong brand, buddies. Well, it looks like they're not even physically here. Maybe someone's just messing with the music, trying to help Grayson Waller. I mean, he needs all the help he can get. He hasn't had much to do in this match. And very quickly, Zilla Fatu back onto the attack. Grayson Waller had his moment, didn't take advantage of it, and now Zilla Fatu with the Samoan spike. That's gotta be it. Debut. 1, 2, 3, and the victory for Zilla Fatu. He has some high standards to meet, but with the victory here tonight, if he continues rolling like this, he will meet them. A lot like Zoruka, coming in with a lot of expectations, a lot of, standards to meet. But both showcase here tonight that they are capable of pulling that off, that they are willing to, put in that work to get it done. And Zilla Fatu, in a very dominant fashion, even after being distracted by the New Day's music when the New Day wasn't here, Zilla Fatu was able to go ahead and pin Grayson Waller for the 1-2-3 after an enormous Samoan spike. Welcome to the SmackDown brand. Welcome Zilla Fatu to the main roster. And congratulations on your first victory. The celebrations begin for this man right here. He has Umaga tatted up on him. A huge inspiration for him. Of course, backed up by all of his family. High expectations to meet. But he looks like he can go ahead and overpass them. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event of the night. We have the Carmelo Hayes United States Championship Open Challenge. This main event, of course, if the name didn't already, make it clear enough, is for the United States Championship. Introducing first, we have the champion himself. Carmelo Hayes. He is the man. In order to honor John Cena, decided to go ahead and restart these open challenges. Of course, in the very first week, it was Damian Priest who went ahead and accepted the open challenge. Carmelo Hayes, and surprisingly, I would say, a surprising dominant fashion, was able to go ahead and successfully defend his title. I only say surprisingly dominant because against the world champion, you expected, Damian Priest to give a little more, and while it was still a great matchup, I think Carmelo Hayes, you can still say, dominated. But nevertheless, they're about to give this man a mic, so let's go ahead and hear Carmelo Hayes out. Hey, you know how it is. If you want a shot at my title, come out here, right now, and you'll get yourself one. Alright, who's it gonna be? Who's gonna answer the United States Open Challenge. Drum roll, please. And oh my days, look who it is. A new face here on SmackDown. And instantly jumping for gold, Leon Slater is here. First and foremost, welcome to SmackDown. Welcome to the WWE. And straight into the main events, straight into the spotlight, Leon Slater, formerly a part of TNA. He was a former TNA X Division champion. His contract ended. He was a free agent. He got drafted to SmackDown. And now instantly in his very first matchup, he is jumping in to accept Carmelo Hayes' United States Championship Open Challenge. Leon Slater has held gold before with the X Division Championship, a very prestigious title, and something that could be compared to the United States Championship. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup. A former champion over on a different brand, a current champion here in WWE, Leon Slater, making not only his main roster debut, but also his WWE debut. Similar wrestling styles, both very athletic and acrobatic. It is bound to make for an incredible main event as Carmelo Hayes begins this open challenge. The second one ever. Of course, Carmelo at WrestleMania defended his title against Jimmy Uso, and after that, he begun the open challenge. He's already checked Damian Priest off the list. Here tonight, looking to make it Leon Slater. I do want to make it clear, just because Damian Priest is already checked off the list, already, lost to Carmelo Hayes, does not mean he can't come back 75 more times to try to and win the United States Championship. He's able to do it as much times as he wants. Just to clarify that, those are the rules. But here it is, the main event of the night. Of course, as a reminder, Backlash right around the corner. We are building up to the first PLE of season number 2, so make sure you guys continue to stay tuned in so you guys keep up with all the storylines, everything that's happening, everything that can be planted to happen in the future. But this is it, the main event. What an incredible matchup this could go ahead and be, and I am almost 99% sure it will be a phenomenal matchup. Carmelo Hayes, Leon Slater, two faces that could, be the future of the WWE, that could be within the WWE for years to come. This could be like a Randy versus Cena type of situation between these two, and it has begun. Who will leave here tonight as the United States champion? Will Carmelo Hayes continue his open challenges after tonight, or will Leon Slater put an end to them quickly and become the new United States champion? Here tonight as Carmelo Hayes quickly was looking for the pinfall. Leon Slater was able to go ahead and kick out as Carmelo Hayes continues. The damage being done onto the shoulders and neck of Leon Slater, though. Leon still able to go ahead and counter right here. Carmelo with a big fist. Leon Slater trying to return the favor. Carmelo preventing that, though. Leon Slater once again being prevented, and quickly. Not even back and forth action. It was just Carmelo action. As Carmelo Hayes now looks to do some damage onto... never mind. Quick roll-up. Pinfall. Can Leon Slater win the match? 2. And a switcheroo right here as Leon Slater kicking out before even one, not wanting to risk it one bit. Leon Slater with a counter. Big boot right here. Carmelo prevents the kick the second time instead with a big fist straight onto the body of Leon Slater. Clothesline now onto Leon Slater. As Carmelo Hayes trying to pick up Leon, but not fully able to do so as Leon instead escapes the hold. Now slamming Carmelo onto the mat. And both men kind of stunned right there. Carmelo Hayes, Leon Slater rise at the very same time. Carmelo Hayes picks up Leon Slater. Looks to throw him over the top ropes. And now Carmelo Hayes with a big splash. A huge frog splash doing enormous damage onto Leon Slater. And now big knees to the face of Leon, who is absolutely stunned on the outside of the ring. Carmelo is not finished. Clearing now the announcer's table. What is Carmelo Hayes going to look to do? Carmelo Hayes looking to just destroy the body of Leon Slater, sent straight into the corner of the commentator's table. Hops in and out of the ring to quickly reset the referee's counts, now looking to send Leon Slater onto the top of the announcer's table. And don't tell me he's going to look to break this table. Now this table is enforced, so it is a lot harder to break it. No. He's going straight onto the floor. Leon Slater slams straight onto the concrete floor. Carmelo takes some damage of his own there, but it is Leon Slater who had the biggest impact. And now he is sent inside of the ring. Carmelo Hayes may have just shattered every bone in Leon Slater's body. Now a frog splash. Carmelo Hayes isn't finished, but neither is Leon. Leon able to escape the hold, able to counter Carmelo, and Leon Slater is still in this match. Now dropping Carmelo, Leon Slater, even after that huge SmackDown, onto the concrete floor, no pun intended, still in this. Now a flying clothesline off of the top ropes. Leon Slater trying to find his way back into this match. We see a signature move as he was once a part of the Hardy Boys. It almost gets the victory. Almost gets the victory. A kick out of table. Look at Carmelo. Carmelo, a second rush of energy. Still Leon able to counter. Oh my gosh, what an incredible matchup this is. These two are going at it back and forth, throwing everything they have at each other, and still they continue to counter. They continue to fight. They continue to kick out of each other's moves. I'm not sure how these two are doing it, but they are. It's Carmelo Hayes once again onto the attack. Leon Slater still holding on as he counters. And maybe looking for the final blow. Carmelo Hayes may be out. 1, 2, and now Carmelo Hayes. How the hell has he been able to kick out of that? What the heck are these two made out of? There's Leon Slater now. Off of the top ropes, Carmelo Hayes able to move out of the way. And now rolls reversed. Carmelo to put the match away. Is this enough? Is this it? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. Carmelo Hayes has done it. What an incredible matchup by both Leon Slater and Carmelo Hayes. Both men literally went to war. They threw everything they had at each other. They went through freaking concrete, through mat, through everything, blood, sweat, and tears to try to leave as the United States champion. And while Leon Slater was so close, it was Carmelo Hayes, the United States champion. The man who knows that experience of the open challenge, of coming into a match without knowing what to expect from your opponent. It was Carmelo Hayes who was able to get the 3 count and beat Leon Slater. And just like that, we leave here tonight saying Carmelo Hayes is still the United States champion. Another successful title defense, another successful open challenge. And now I am excited more than ever to see what happens next. Thank you so much for tuning in.